In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up a Qualtrics survey so that you can collect data for your experiments. Now, the first thing you need to do is sign into Qualtrics through your CSU Stanislaus account. You can do that through this website. And you can copy the web address up here, it's kind of long, or you can just Google CSU Stanislaus Qualtrics. And you'll get the exact same information, the exact same web address. So go ahead and just click CSU Stanislaus Qualtrics login portal, and then log in with your CSU Stanislaus account, login and password, and it'll come up with your Qualtrics account. So to create a new survey, simply click Create Survey, and go Quick Survey Builder, and give it any name you like. For this one, I'm going to create a survey where participants are going to be viewing faces with or without glasses to see how that changes their perceptions of the person's attractiveness. So I'll call this Glasses Study. Now, the first thing you want to do is to create a welcome page. That's this one right here. And in fact, you can give any page its own name. So right here, we could call this the welcome page. You can just do that by clicking on it and typing. So first thing we want to do is add some descriptive text saying what the study is. So go to Create New Question, but click the little arrow button and put up descriptive text. And then you can just type whatever you want. So you can go, welcome to the experiment. And then you want to give just a brief explanation of what they'll be doing and how long it'll take. So in this one, I'll say, in this study, you'll be asked to view a photograph and rate, I'll put photograph person, and rate that person in attractiveness. This study should take no more than 5 minutes. And of course, for your study, it might be different. And then say, if you're ready to continue, click to the next page. And if you're ever curious what this will look like to the person who's taking it, you can always go up here to block options and click view block. And you'll get to see exactly what it looks like as a participant. So there's the text. And it says click to the next page. It's pretty obvious that this is the button to do that. So once you're done looking at whatever you want to see, you can just close it and go back to your experiment. And by the way, you never have to click save on this because it's automatically saving with each step. So now that we have a welcome and a little explanation of what the experiment is, go ahead and add a new block right here. And this is going to be our informed consent page. So I'll type in informed consent. And this isn't something participants are going to see, but this is just a nice way for you to see exactly what each page is at a glance. And so let's go ahead and add some more descriptive text, sort of introducing our informed consent sheet. Say below is the informed consent agreement for this study. Please review the text below and click I agree to participate to continue. So then we're going to put our informed consent right here, but just so we don't forget, let's go ahead and put in this little thing that says, I agree to participate. This is going to be a multiple choice item right here. So just click, or type in, I agree to participate. And then you click off, you can then type in the options. So click to write option 1, we'll put in no. And actually, it's pretty smart in that it automatically detects that this is probably a no yes question and puts that in there. So that in the middle here, we'll put the informed consent, but at the very end, participants need to click, I agree to participate, yes, and then click continue. So now let's go ahead and put in our informed consent sheet. To do that, we're going to add something in between these two items. So you can click this little plus item below here, or you can click the plus line above here, just to put it in the middle. And it automatically puts in a multiple choice. We just want somewhere to stick all the text for informed consent. So to do that, click multiple choice up here, and we'll go ahead and change it to descriptive text. And I have my descriptive text for the informed consent sheet in another document. So I'm just going to bring that up. In fact, I'll just bring up the whole IRB application for this study. which is right here. So toward the very bottom, I have the informed consent. Oh, it's right here. It actually went right to it. So this is just all the text about what participants need to know in order to complete this study. This is something you should already have before you set up the experiment online. And so all I'm going to do is just select all this text right there and hit Control or Command C to copy it. And over here, I'll hit Control or Command V to paste it. And then once you have it all pasted, just click off of it and you should be able to see the whole thing right there. So there you go. Now you have your informed consent sheet. Now, as part of the study, we have a welcome page, informed consent sheet. Let's also, before we actually put in the study pages or the survey, put in a little page just in case participants say no to this I agree to participate. Well, then you have to have somewhere for them to go to exit the study if they don't want to participate. So we'll add a block right here. So we'll make this no participation. And then again, we'll just put in some text. Say thank you for your time. Since you did not want to participate in this study, you can now close your browser window. So that they click no, it'll automatically go to this page. Now, if they click yes, let's make a page that includes the actual survey. And for this survey, there's actually a few different conditions that they can get randomly assigned to. In fact, I believe that there's 8. So let me go ahead and bring up the document that includes the study again so I can show you. So in this study, what participants are going to be doing is viewing one of a few different images. Let's see, there they are. So what I did was I took some photographs of individuals and I digitally added some glasses in to see which version participants would see as more attractive, those without or those with glasses. And for this one, I have 2 guys, just to give it a little variety, and 2 women, to also give it a little bit more variety. And I use gender-neutral glasses for each. So in this case, what we're going to do is create 8 pages, one for each of these photos, and for each of them, we'll also create a little survey item just asking them how attractive they think the person is on a scale from 1 to 10. So let's go ahead and make those now. And you don't necessarily need to worry about where you put these yet. We're going to sort of work on that later. That'll be called survey flow. But anyway, so let's add the first block. And we'll make this male 1 with glasses. Just to remind ourselves which condition this is. And again, participants won't see that. So here, we're going to add a graphic. And select a graphic to use for this question. And so, I've already done it, but I'll show you how to put it in the first time. If you go Upload New Graphic, and then click Browse, you just find where this image is. Let's see, I have it stored in Study Data Pics, M1-1. And so this is my first male, but this one's with glasses, so I'll choose the version with the glasses. And then click Open. Now this is a pretty large image, so what it's going to do is upload the entire image, but then it'll give us a way to shrink it down to whatever size we want. So this is way too big, but I think shorten it down to a height of 300 pixels, and then it'll automatically figure out the width is better. And you can update preview to see just how big that is. That looks good. So then click Save, and it'll go ahead and add in that picture. And now we just need a question about attractiveness, so create new question, multiple choice, and say, how attractive is this person to you? And then I want to put a scale of 1 through 10. It might take a while if I click on each of these and change them individually. So what you can also do is go Edit Multiple over here. And this way it gives you what all of them are. I'm going to put 1, parentheses, not at all, to remind participants what a 1 means. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10 vary. And click Done. So now I have my whole scale. And for this one, it might look a little better if these were presented horizontally, so you can also do that right here by just clicking Position Horizontal. There we go. So I've created my first of 8 blocks. Now you might say, well, that's a lot of steps to create each one. A shortcut, once you have one of these blocks created, you can then copy it and then tweak it a little bit. So here, we can go Block Options, Copy Block, it'll ask us what we want to name it. This one will name male 1 without glasses. And then we scroll to the bottom, we'll have the exact same page. And here, since we want this one to be without glasses, if you click on this, you can choose a different graphic. So we'll go through the steps of uploading a new graphic. And this one's going to be this guy right here without the glasses. And then again, we're going to resize it to 300 pixels in height. Click Save. And there you have it. Okay, so now I have the two pictures, one with glasses and one without. Now I'm going to create all of these, males 2 and females 1 and 2 with and without glasses, and I'll fast forward so that you don't have to watch me do all that, but I'm just going to repeat this process until I have 8 of the blocks. Okay, so now I have all of my blocks. So I have male 1 with glasses, without glasses, male 2 with glasses, without glasses, female 1 with glasses and without glasses, and then female 2 with glasses and without glasses. Each one of them, so I just put in the graphic, and then of course the scale was also copied. So one helpful thing that you can do to help yourself in looking at this once you have the data set in SPSS is to rename all of these little Qs. Because right now, if you have this in SPSS, it'll just come up with Q1, Q2, Q3 with all the headings. But to add little names to these, what you can do is double click and give them names that you will understand once you have it in SPSS. So for this one, you can just put in participate, for example. Oh, and you can only put in so many, so this one kind of just went participate, but you can guess what that would mean. And so as you go down, just name anything that's important. So this isn't important because it's just the image, but this is the important item because this is what's going to be giving you your data. So for this one, give it a little name to tell you what it belongs to. So this one is male 1, and I'll just put G for glasses. And then I'll scroll down here. This is also M1, but with no glasses. And actually in SPSS, it might be bad to have a dash. So let's go ahead and make these underscores just to be on the safe side. Because I know with some versions of SPSS, it doesn't like dashes in the name. So just do that for all of these. So M2, glasses, M2, no glasses. And that way, once you upload it into SPSS, it will be much easier for you to interpret what everything means. So you can see I have the welcome page, the informed consent page, and then a little page if they don't agree to participate, they can go there. But if they do agree to participate, I have the 8 survey pages, which participants will only see one of these because they'll be randomly assigned to one. So then we'll put another survey page here for the demographic questions, so that when they get done looking at the picture, they can come down here and answer a few questions about themselves. So I'll put in here, please answer a few questions about yourself. And then the standard demographic questions would be gender. So put in here, what is your gender? And again, Qualtrics is pretty smart, so they put in here male and female. That works great. Then for age, instead of putting in multiple choice, let's just put text entry so they can just put in their age. So you put in here, what is your age? You put in here, please input a number. That way people don't like physically type out 22 or something like that. All right, so then the last one is race. So then go multiple choice and go, which of the following best describes your race or ethnicity? That's the type of question that most people agree is sort of the least offensive way to ask about race or ethnicity. And so for this one, I'm going to go back to here and look up the demographic questions just to make sure I get all the racial groups. So I kind of figured that out before. And so, and again, since there's a lot of them, I'll go ahead and go here to multiple edit. And so it's African American, Black, Caucasian, White, East Asian, Pacific Islander, Latino or Latina / Hispanic, Middle Eastern, multiracial. And then other, don't put that in there just yet. Just click done. So to add an other in here, where people can put in something that isn't included in this list, click on the last option and click enter and type in other. Please specify. So then to add a little text box below this where people can type in something, click on this little button and say allow text entry. And also, since this is a little small, you can widen it by doing that. So then they can type in whatever they want if they want to select that option. So that's all the demographic questions we're going to include. And I'll go ahead and rename this demographics. So then at the very end, we put in a little thank you box just to thank people for their time. And so again, it's just going to be descriptive text and say, thank you for participating. You may now close your browser window. So now we have all these different pages, and now we just have to make sure that if people are going through it, they're going through it in the right order. So to do that, we're going to go to Survey Flow. And see, it's nice that we named everything, because now here we can see exactly where everything is. So for one thing, it's fine that people first go to welcome and then informed consent, but here we have this part where it says, I agree to participate, and we want them to go to this box if they say no, and to one of these boxes or blocks if they say yes. So right here, we're going to click Add Below, and it's going to be a branch. Now this branch, we need to add some kind of condition to it in order to make it know which element to go to. So right here, we're going to go if question. We'll go ahead and select the question right here. If the question participate, I agree to participate. If they select no, click OK. And so basically they say if I agree to participate is no, then they should go to which page. And so right here, we're going to go show block, and we'll go ahead and move this to here. So in other words, if they click no, then it's just going to shoot them over to this page that says, thanks for your time, but since you're not participating, go ahead and close out the browser window. So then we can also put in another branch. So go ahead and add below another branch. We'll go ahead and move this one down a little bit. And for this one, we'll go to the same thing. We'll go this participation thing. If they say yes, then it'll go right here. So if they said yes, we want them to end up in one of these 8 blocks right here. We just want them to see one of them. So that's why we're going to put in a randomizer. So to add a new element, click there, and we're going to do a randomizer, so it'll randomly select them to go to one of these, and then just move all these conditions into here. And we only want to present one of the following elements. But we want to evenly present the elements, so that basically what it means is that none of these elements are going to get seen more than any of the other elements, although it will be random which one's selected each time. So there we go. We're going to randomly present just one of these to participants. And then also if they said yes, they're going to get this randomizer first, but then we also want them to get the demographic questions right here. And then finally, the thank you block right here. And that's it. So that's one of the reasons I love Qualtrics, because you can set it up with multiple paths. So everybody who's coming is going to get the welcome page first, then see the informed consent sheet. And then if they say no to I agree to participate, they'll just see this block that says, well, thank you for your time. You can now close your browser window. If they say yes, then they're going to get randomly selected to see one of these 8 blocks. And then after they're done with any of these blocks, they're going to get the demographics page and then the thank you page. So once you're done with that, save flow. So now that you have your study, you might want to go preview study to take a look at it. This will open it up and you'll see exactly what participants see and be able to go through each step that they would go through. And what's cool too is they'll actually show you a version where it'll look like if the participants have it on their phone or in a web page. So you can click through welcome, click through the informed consent sheet, make sure they just get one of the survey items, and then see what happens in each of the conditions. And once you're ready to launch your survey, just click Launch Survey. And it'll say, well, you need to activate your survey to get responses, so you can go ahead and click Activate here or here. And it'll give you a little survey link. So what you can do is copy the survey link and send it to Sonus Systems so that it can be put online so people can participate. You can also, of course, test it out yourself by typing into your web browser. Now, the thing is, if you take your survey here, your data will end up in your resulting data sheet. So I wouldn't suggest previewing a survey by using the actual URL. You would do that within Qualtrics by just going Preview Survey. But if you wanted to make sure the link worked, you can go ahead and check that out. So that's how you create and post your survey. And in the next video, you'll see how to analyze your results.